Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion we will be having a debate session with the motion education is better is more important than business. Without further ado, let us go into the first speaker, the approaching.
My name is Familia Agnes. I agree that education is more important than business because education a long-term investment that provides benefits in the form of invaluable knowledge, skills, and self-development.
Okay, my name is Sophia Amanda. I'm not agree with Agnes' statement because for me, even if you don't go to school or formal education, you can also build your own business by starting with an entrepreneurship seminar.
Okay, my name is Kitty. I agree with my friend's statement. It's very true that education can provide a short foundation for starting a business. The most important thing is to understand your strengths and interests and how you can integrate into your future plans because education can provide an organic mindset. One can be intelligent in many such as language or even interpersonal skills. Everyone has a unique and complex intelligence which can be expressed in many brilliant ways. So, education is very important before starting business.
My name is Farhadul Zakari, and I don't agree with this statement because in business, what we need is the real experience that we get from education. Because without education itself, we can still like starting our own business and survive the work life itself. So yeah, I don't agree with the statement.
Okay, my name is Nurul Fatih. I disagree with Farhan's statement. In my opinion, education helps you prepare for the world of business. Without education, you can run business or work in a business setting. So, in my opinion, education more important than business.
My name is Sophia Sapati, and I disagree with Aga's statement because for me, business can review for education, and business can supplement public service, including education. Thank you.
So, my name is Grace Damargun. I agree with my friends too because that education comes first compared to the business world. Because if we don't undergo education first, we may not be able to broaden our horizon, whether it's from the experience of stories from our friends, from our classmates, seniors, and so on. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Nurul. I don't agree because I think independent versus dependent. Education should teach education, independent, and critical thinking. Whereas business often expects dependent or superior of system.
Okay, and my name is Muhammad Adinasa. I wanna give opinion. Why is education is more important than business? Okay, because we cannot do the business without the education. Because when we wanna do the business, we must know the basic. What is business? When we get it, we must to learn. It means we get it from the education. Thank you.
Alright, my name is Yasmina Maria Alif. I disagree with any statement because in business we need an experience, and in education we don't have experience in education.
Okay, so my name is Zidan Dwi Khalfani Karim, and I will be giving the closing statement from the pro group with today's debate motion. Education is more important than business. First thing first, why do we strongly agree with this topic? Because as stated by my friends before, education is the basic. It is the fundamental thing to teach students, to educate students how to think, how to learn, how to do, how to be independent. Whereas if you only put more concern on business, we will tend to put aside the important values that education can bring us to. And as stated by my friends before, education can give us a long-term benefits rather than business, which is very vulnerable to change. It changes rapidly and mostly give us short-term benefits. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for all of the arguments. So I'm Bianca, and I will give the closing statement from the Contra team. As the Contra group, I strongly disagree about today's motion that education is important than business. As my friends mentioned before, that business give you a side of reality more than education. And for me, when you do the education process, you still put the business thing. Take a look. Alright, everyone, let's open this debate motion. Today's debate motion it is possible to survive without internet access. The left side is the pro team and the right side is the pro team.
Okay, my name is Sofia Amanda. So I agree with this motion because disconnecting from the internet can have a good impact on our personal communication or relationships. Because since we don't have screens to distract us, we will start living in that moment. So by not being exposed to screen as often, we can have a better sleep quality.
Okay, my name is Fendra Nates. I disagree with Sophia's statement because I think the internet I think the internet is the key to access to information, communication, and economy opportunity. Without the internet, education and business will be hampered. Innovation will slow down. I think the internet has become a basic need for progress in this digital era.
Okay, my name is Farhan Nadim Sakari, and I'm agree with this statement because I think it's possible to live without internet because we have so many activities to do without using this internet itself, such as like playing offline games or doing outdoor activities, or maybe you can interact with your friends by face to face. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, my name is Vicky. I disagree with Kamar's statement, and yeah, I agree with my assessment that we cannot live without internet because there are many activities that we cannot do because of the limitation of the internet, such as about outside news, education, and other knowledge.
My name is Vanessa Piansata. It is possible survive. It is possible to survive without internet access. Because for me, we can rely on traditional method like conversation, face-to-face communication for like traders, and etc. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ronaldo Pratiwi. I'm disagreeing with this statement. It's not possible because, as my friend say, because everything need internet. It's internet. For example, long distance communication requires internet access, and you look for information also through the internet. I think that's all.
Okay, my name is Nurul Aini. I agree because I think without the internet, we might be more likely to interact directly with others. This can strengthen social connection and reduce isolation. Thank you.
So my name is Grace Magun. I disagree with Ain's statement because nowadays the internet is getting important because we have cell phones is getting more sophisticated. Laptop already exists. So we need the internet to need information to get the information from other people. So the internet more important.
I will give my opinion about this motion. I agree with this. I agree with this motion because living without internet access, we can have greater privacy life for us. But we don't have to worry about someone to see our life and what we do in the internet. That's all.
My name is Muhammad Daniel Biasa, and I want to strong Albert's statement, and I disagree with Mah's statement. In this era, we can survive without internet access. So, in this era, we need the internet access to support our activity. For example, like work and study. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all of your argument. I'm Bianca, and I will give the closing statement from Pro Group. We are agree about today's motion that it is possible to survive without internet access. Like my friends mentioned before, that without internet access, it gives us the sense of reality. So it will create us to be more tough, create the tough personality. Like if we deal with bad signal network, we could still access the information from books and the other options. And then I agree with one of my friends' statement that we couldn't have a private life when we are contact with the internet, because internet access will open all of the sites, so it will give us difficult to have a private life. And the last is without internet access we still survive with all of the life problems. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Zidan Falmani Karim, and I will be giving the closing statement from the Contra Group. First thing first, before getting into my friend's argument, I'll try to rebut some of the arguments from the Contra team. So the Contra team stated that by reducing the usage of internet, we can reduce isolation. I don't think this is true, because isolation is a disorder, is a personal disorder. With internet, we can socialize better, therefore preventing isolation better, rather than preventing isolation without the use of internet. So, as what my group stated before, in today's era, in modern day, it is not possible to survive without internet. Why? Sure, you don't automatically die when you are unable to use internet, but you didn't live either in the modern setting. This is because we, especially modern times like this, we connect to the internet most of the time. As Danny stated before, we use internet to study, we use internet to work. As my previous friends said before, we use internet to connect with other people. So if we lose that easiness, we will be having a hard time to connect or to do activity in modern era. Therefore, we strongly disagree with today's notion. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we were having a debating session with the motion online gaming cause bad behavior for children. This side is the pro-team and that side is the contra-team. Without further ado, let's move on to the first speaker of the pro-team.
Okay, my name is Femilian Agnes. I agree about online games cause active behavior in children because they can cause addiction, reduce direct social interaction, and increase the risk of exposure to violent or inappropriate content. I think that's all from me.
Okay, my name is Sophia Lamanda. So I don't agree with Agnes' statement because for me personally, video games shapes an interest and imagination for the children. In the virtual world, you can be whatever you want to be. So, and that's where the imagination flourishes. Game, let's say like the Sims or Warcraft or Minecraft, that games let users decide how to build imaginary environments and also life alternatives. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Katie. I agree about online games cause a bad behavior to children. Because online gaming can have a negative impact on children, do not manage it wisely. Some of the negative effects include education sleep disturbance, decreased school performance, and physical and mental health problems if playing for too long. It is important for parents to monitor the time and type of games their children play and ensure that online gaming activities do not disrupt the balance of their children's lives. Okay, that's it.
Okay, my name is Farhan Aditya Zakari, and I don't agree with this statement because with playing online games, children can learn how to make their own decision, and also children can learn how can develop their own thinking skills. Not only that, children can also learn to practice their motoric skills by playing like online strategy games such as maybe Mobile Legends or PUBG. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
I'm Renalda Pratidi. I'm agreeing with Nancy that the more the online game cause the more the behavior the children. Because there are some children who often play games that make children say harsh words or ever frustrated because of emotion and emotion with games and the words come out. That's all.
Then my name is Sofia Sofianti, and I disagree with the statement because in online games, like especially story game like dancing, you can still learn about language. Thank you.
My name is Bruce Dalmarco. So I agree with this motion that online games cause bad behavior for children. We can see now that the children are now able to fight their parents if they are not given cell phones to play games, and in online games make dirty works. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Nurul Ain. I don't agree because I think many online games have educational content and promote teamwork and problem-solving skills. They can also provide a platform for social interaction and collaboration.
My name is Muhammad Ali Abdinasa, and I agree with that online game bad behavior for some of them have a parent contact. Okay? And children, they are like to imitate. So when children find the game with including parent contact, so they are will imitating that parent. And after the children imitating that parent, they will make a bad behavior for us. Thank you. That's all from me.
My name is Yasmin Amalia Aif. I disagree with this motion because in online game can improve children's strategy of can improve strategy thinking of children.
Okay, my name is Daniel Kalkankarif, and I'll be giving the closing statement from our team. We are strongly agree with the motion of today's debate, which is the online game can cause bad behavior to children. We agree with this because of some reasons. First thing, because online is a big place where every kinds of people meet. Therefore, the parents have no control over who their kids are playing with. It could be a good person or it could be a bad person. If they met with a bad person, then it will then give them the bad influence, which could lead to bad behavior for the children. And the second thing is the addiction, as stated by my friends before. Because online gaming is fun, we agree that. However, this fun thing to children, introducing them too early, can cause bad behavior. Why? Because children in their early stage, they mostly still egoists. So with the addiction meets the ego of the children, it can lead to bad behavior such as screaming, tantrum, and etc. Because of this reason, we strongly agree with today's debate motion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Jennifer, and I will give the closing statement from the contract group. Still, we disagree about today's motion. Because in our opinion, online games still have some benefits for children. So even though the children have an access for the internet, the parents still have a role to control them. It is a must, and we could choose the online games that suitable for our children to give them supplementary educational content from the fun things like online games. I think that's all. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. In today's occasion, we will have a debate session about offline learning and hybrid learning. Let's start from the left side. It is about offline learning. Why we choose offline learning?
Okay, so my name is Sofia Amanda. I agree with this motion because offline learning allows direct interaction between students and the teachers. In offline classes, students tend to focus more because there are no distractions like when the students study at home or in the market.
Okay, thank you. Again, my name is Familia Names. I prefer hybrid learning because of time and place flexibility. Student can learn anytime, anywhere. That's all for me.
Okay, my name is Arhan Edit Musakari, and I agree with Sophia. I personally choose offline learning because it can make me, more focused by listening to the teacher's explanation, and also in offline learning, it can make me feel less awkward by interacting to our friends than doing it online. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Ruby. I disagree a lot Sophia's statement because hybrid learning combines offline and online learning. It allows students to learn in person in the classroom while still having access to online resources and people interaction with teacher and both students. It can be flexible and effective according to their needs to different students. Okay, that's all.
I prefer to use offline learners because the first period is shorter and face-to-face environment, and may find it easier to stay dedicated and focus in offline research. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Renova Fatini. I disagree with group because I prefer I choose hybrid learning because in its implementation there are times when students and educators meet face-to-face in the classroom, and there are times for also distance learning.
Okay, my name is Nurul Ain. In my opinion, in face-to-face learning, students can directly interact with professor and classmates. This allows for immediate question, discussion, and better understanding.
Okay, my name is Grace Lamapun. So I disagree with Anne's statement. So I prefer by using hybrid learning. We can feel the offline class and online class. With offline classes, we can clearly understand what the teacher explained and can understand as well. Well, online classes we can independent ourselves of their learning process and students can access various materials that that may not be available in face-to-face learning are available in online classes. Thank you.
My name is Yasmina Maria Arif. I want to give my opinion about offline class. In offline class, we can access a physical book that we can access a physical book material and experience of learning to interact with students face to face.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Daniel Dinensa, and I choose hybrid learning because hybrid learning is effective and efficient for a teacher to accommodate students.
Okay, thank you. I'm Bianca and I will be giving the closing statement from this group that we choose offline learning. We choose offline learning because it will construct the better understanding between teacher and student, and the students could ask the teacher where they don't understand about the materials immediately, like my friends mentioned before, and the teacher could manage the classroom in one time, and it is better to understand the students' need in that time without disrupt while they having online class from their home. And then even though in this era we are connected with digital, still the teacher could bring these things in classroom so they could manage the usage of technology in classroom by offline learning. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Daniel Karim, and I prefer hybrid learning. Why? Because it is in line with the advancement of technology that is happening right now. Currently, we are entering the industrial era 5.0. So hybrid learning is something that we have to adapt to, and it gives many benefits for us, the students, and for the teachers. For both sides, teacher and students, there is the benefits of the flexibility that you can do your class anywhere at any time. And then for the students, it can save our money, especially our transport money, from having the time and money or fuel to go to the school. We can instead just do a classroom session in our home. That is also for the teacher. And secondly, it is very beneficial, especially when doing a report. So the student can do their activities outside and report to the teacher, not in the classroom, but in the place where they are doing the research through online internet connection. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, on today's occasion, we will be having a debating session with the motion. Science is the only subject to measure how smart a student is. Without further ado, let us move on to the first speaker from the authority.
Okay, my name is Pemda Agnes. I agree because science is more than just a subject to measure. Student intelligence is the foundation for understanding the world, solving problems, and contributing to the development of people and society. Okay, that's all.
Okay, my name is Sophia Lamanda. So I am not agree with Agnes' statement because I just want to ask you what department you are in. English education department, right? So does it have a relation with science? Or do you have to able to you don't have to be able to formulate chemical formulas to be an English teacher? Of course not. This is what differentiates people intelligence. In this case, according to Howard Gardner, a Harvard psychologist, 2 of 9 intelligence related to language and communication skills. So I consider that people doesn't have to be master in science to know how intelligent someone is. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, my name is Nancy. I disagree about some statement, and I agree about my friend's statement. In my statement, a person's intelligence can be fully determined by his or her ability to learn science. One can be intelligent in studying science. So if someone students science, they are a unique and complex intelligence, which can be expressed in the way they learn. So science can measure a person's knowledge, where a person's intelligence can shine from.
Okay, my name is Farhan Aditya Sakari, and I disagree with this statement because personally, in my opinion, children are smart in their own way. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Renaldo Anthony. I'm agree with the motion because every school must also be more pro to science because it is considered smart. Science is considered to have more impact than others. That's all.
I disagree with this statement because most smart students can measure academically, because some students have
Okay, my name is Rosda Marbun. So I agree with this motion because in science there is automatic counting and critical thinking measure students' cognitive development. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Nurul Arif. I don't agree because I think education is not only about measuring intelligence. Learning such as empathy, creativity, and leadership are also important. If we focus only on knowledge, we might overlook this aspect.
My name is Muhammad Nasr, and I agree with motion. Science is only subject to measure how smart a student is. So when a student good at science, so it's proof they are smart. Okay.
My name is Yasmina Maria Alir. I agree with Madam's statement. Smartness is not just one subject. It could include language, emotion, and it could strategy or
Okay, so my name is Daniel Kalangkaran, and I will be giving the closing statement from our team on today's motions, which science is the only subject to measure how smart a student is. We strongly agree with this motion. Why? Because first, when a student is good at math and science or any other science department, they can be instantly called as good. This is the way how our country educational system view the students. So we think that because of this reason, science is the only way to measure how smart a student is according to the to our country standard of curriculum, which is now being changed in the Merdeka curriculum. Secondly, as stated by Grace before, science is closely related to cognitive ability. So if we want to measure how smart a student, means that we want to measure their cognitive abilities. So it is logical to pick science because science is the closest science is closely related to cognitive ability of students. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Bianca and I will give the closing statement from the contra group. So, as my friends mentioned before, we are disagreed to today's motion because, in our opinion, to measure how the student is smartest is not from the science subject because I think it will create like discrimination to the other subjects. Like Farhan said before, children is smart. All the children is smart. Like we are now in curriculum Merdeka, they have they could choose the subject that they love to. So I think the smart is not only you can pass the science, all the science subjects, but the smart is how the student could solve their problem, could develop their knowledge. I think that's all. Alright everyone, let's start our debate session. Today's motion is removal English course for elementary school students in Indonesia. Let's start from the first speaker.
Okay, my name is Sofia Amanda. So I agree with this motion because firstly, the main reason for proponents of the abolition of English is that primary school students are still at the stage of mastering Bahasa Indonesia. It is better for them to focus on becoming proficient in their own language before learning a foreign language. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Ferdinand. Yes, I disagree with Sophia's statement because removing English course for primary school students in Indonesia could hinder students' ability to compete globally and reduce their opportunity to access additional resources. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, my name is Fahria Dharma Zakari. I disagree with this statement because in countries where English is becoming the language of instructions are not compulsory in primary school, but in junior or senior high school. Yeah. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Kitty. I disagree Farhan's statement because learning English already has many benefits. It helps children expert their communication skills, introduce them to other cultures, and opens doors to future education and employment opportunities. Furthermore, learning English can also improve their overall language skill, which can help them learn other languages more easily later in life. Okay,
My name is Kami Sofia Sapriani, and I agree with the statement because the reason is primary school students are not safe to
as a basis, for example, for self-introduction to other people or foreigners. If we don't know from elementary school, then continuing it will be difficult. Okay, difficult.
Okay, my name is Noor Ali. I agree because I think removing English course allow students to focus more on developing their proficiency in Bahasa Indonesia, which is the national language and an essential part of our cultural identity.
My name is Brenda Wabun. So I agree with Ein's statement because English is needed in everywhere. Yeah. So school children should need English courses to improve their pronunciation. Thank you.
My name is Yasmin Amalia Ali. I agree with this motion as most of students after learning English, they would be more or less loving and appreciate all of their own language. That's all for me.
And my name is Muhammad Amin Binasa, and I don't agree with this decision because when we are removed for English course for elementary school student in Indonesia, so we cannot be able to participate and compete in the global. We have to know English language is the globally language. Okay, so we must to introduce the English to the young learner for their basic skill. So after they are become adult, they are not be suppressed. Okay, and they are able to compete and participate in the global.
Okay, thank you. I'm Bianca and I will be giving the closing statements from the pro group. Still, we are agreeing with today's motion that removal English course for elementary students in Indonesia, as my friends mentioned before, if we remove this course, English course for elementary students, we could have more time to learn the essential things in Indonesia, like Bahasa Indonesia, histories in Indonesia, or we could give them the moral development to the students from elementary school. And I don't think that we should put this course in elementary school, because if we remove this and they enter the junior high school, they just repeat the same thing that they have learned in elementary school. In elementary school, they only learn about vocabularies and other simple things. So it is not a big problem if we remove English course for elementary school in Indonesia. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Dan Yufan Anikarim and I will be giving the opposing statement for our group, which is the contra group. So why do we disagree with this motion? Firstly, teaching language should be start in early age. Why? Because when we grow, our brain, when we are still a kid, our brain is more adapted to learn language rather than when we learn language as we get older. So by teaching foreign language early as possible, we could create a good foundation for the student to start study the foreign language. The other thing stated that we should focus on learning our own language first. We agree with that. However, learning foreign language in today's era is critically important for the future of the students. Why? Because we right now are connected not only with people from our neighborhood, our country, but also with people outside our country. So by having foreign language ability, we will have easier time to connect with other people, and this should be taught to the students in early age as possible. Thank you.